What's up, guys? It's Justin and Diego on June, what is today, 18th?
The 18th already.
Tuesday. It is the 18th already. I'm going to hand it off to my friend here. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'd kind of let him take the reins. So let's rock and roll, brother.
All right, guys. So happy to be here with Justin and giving you the Two-Way Tuesday. So I'm going to just read off a few things. Hopefully I don't bore you to death, but we have a lot of information, but it's very good information this Tuesday. So first off, shout out to Byron. He is currently still testing the Pro set for us. We'll know in a few weeks how well that's working out, and eventually we're gonna roll that out for everyone. So he's helping us out with that. He did test out also the Sika product, and it was not a fan of it. And I'm sure you guys already have worked with Sika before, so we're not gonna move on to Sika.
We're not making any moves. Yeah, he had the opportunity to shoot it late last week. Kind of like I expected. It was funny because he gave the same feedback. I didn't tell him what I thought of it before he got into it, but he had kind of give the same feedback. Didn't like how it decked. It was a little stringy, so we're staying put with Dow. So
yep,
cool. Thanks for testing that, Byron.
Good to go. Alrighty, so department or branch news. We do have the first rack from Berko coming in today to the Gilbert location. Since we ordered from Pilkington, they're delivering each location at different times. So right now, the first one that came in is one for Gilbert. So sometime either this week or next week, we're going to start ordering 2 days ahead for that location. But all the racks should be coming in by this week. We are going to have to get them obviously bolted to the ground so they're not falling or anything like that. But we are moving on and with the racks, and we are very excited for that.
Yeah.
Bingo is underway. You guys know about that from the last Two-Way Tuesday. A few of the guys I've talked to are pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Some of them are
Pretty close.
Pretty
I got some pretty cool pictures already today, guys. High-fiving agents and really having some fun with it. So it's not too late. If you haven't started, pick up your sticks and do it. We're well on our way, and I know we've got some guys that are pretty close. So
exactly. Hey, 4 tickets to water park in this seat. You know, that's a good price. So you guys get forward with that and have fun. We also got the new van last week on Friday, and it looks awesome. In the next 2 weeks, we're gonna have it. We're gonna be working with the racking and everything else to get it set to go, and from there we'll decide who gets it. I guess we don't know yet, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go right down the line as far as seniority goes. If you guys have any suggestions on the stuff that you'd like to see in it as far as racking, let me know. I've got some different things that I want to do with this one, so certainly if you think, oh man, it'd be really nice if we had a rack up against the bulkhead or on this side of the van, let me know, because it's kind of funny, none of our vans are really set up the same. So this is an opportunity kind of to create a template for what we want them to look like going forward.
Excellent. Another thing for priorities for next time, as you know, many of the vehicles we're doing now have the ADAS system. They have, you know, the lane departure, forward collision alert. So we are excited to announce that we have a vendor now that will do recalibrations mobile. The way it'll work is similar to the way the tint technician works, is that we will provide the customer with a phone number, and they will make the appointment with the vendor, which is Pro Auto AIM. The customer will actually have the option to either go to the dealership or use this mobile vendor.
Yep.
Obviously it's up to them, but it is important for you guys to go over with the customer the verbiage, the official verbiage of them having that system, which I'll just briefly go over. You know, the ADAS system is a vehicle safety feature to aid drivers and prevent accidents. It is required to have these systems recalibrated after install to ensure that the cameras are functioning properly. If these systems are present, the technician will give the next step to get the cameras recalibrated.
That's big. We're now putting on the work order that the technician's going to tell you whether or not you have these cameras. If it has a camera, it probably needs recalibrated. So err on the side of caution with this.
Exactly. So now the customer will have the option of either using this vendor, Pro Auto AIM, or using the dealership. The benefit obviously for Pro Auto AIM is for them to they will go to them mobile, and they won't pay anything out of pocket for it. We'll be able to assist with the with the insurance. If they go to the dealership, a lot of times they'll have to pay out of pocket on the spot to get their vehicle released, and they'll have to go through reimbursement. So that would be the benefit of using Pro Auto Aim.
We're not pushing them either way. Certainly, we want to provide it as a convenience. That the mobile aspect of this is great. Do I think we'll eventually get there? I do. But for now, we want to be able to provide this mobile service to the customer if they want to use it. If they prefer to go back to dealer, cool. We've got the existing process that is still in place.
Exactly. Alrighty. So another thing is we switched some things around in the system. When we actually add a windshield, a lot of times it will automatically add the molding. This obviously is beneficial so that we don't forget to order moldings, but there are times when a molding is added to a vehicle that doesn't need it. For example, 1341s don't need a molding, and a lot of times they'll add a molding on there. What we need you guys to do is on the DOT spot on your tablet for the molding, add not used if you didn't use it. We are getting some billing issues, right, with the
yeah, so what's happening is because this billing is happening so quick, remember to help you and improve the timeliness of your pay, what's happening is that we're not catching that these aren't used, and then they're getting kicked back from the insurance company. So, you know, as you're doing your work orders, even if you're not taking the molding, you say, oh, I don't need that molding for the 1341, you need to go on the system under the DOT number and mark not used. So that's super, super important. This is in addition to the return process that you're gonna have to do. We fixed one problem by having it add all the moldings to the work orders, but we kind of created another one on the back end. So I want to kind of keep it how it is, but we just need you to add not used into the DOT number.
Exactly. The next thing is dealing sort of with the same subject of inventory is movie tickets. So now you guys make sure that if you go out to a work order or to a job and they don't have movie tickets on the work order and the customer asks for it, please give us a call here at the office or text Arlene, myself, Justin, so we can add them to the work order, because now we're gonna implement the actual inventory into the system. So at the end of the month or 2 weeks or whatever that may be, the movie tickets that are in the work order will have to reflect at least very similar to what we actually ordered from Harkins.
And I think it's just good business, right? We want to make sure that we're keeping track of that stuff, and they're easy to lose, they're easy to hand out like candy, but we need to play those a little bit closer to the chest. I'll be completely transparent. I got frustrated this morning when I think a customer got away with at least 12 movie tickets because we had multiple technicians going out there, and each time it was, oh, I heard about these movie tickets. And what'd we do? We just, here, movie tickets. And here I'm sealing the letter to mail them more movie tickets, and the tech goes, well, I already gave them to them. That's a problem. This is kind of going to help alleviate that. So, yep, just make sure that they're on the work order. If they're not, give us a call so that we can add them. Cool.
Yeah, and you have many ways to reach out to us, call, text, and there's at least three of us you can reach out to. Yeah. Alrighty, so key messages, the Gig Car Share Sacramento launch. As you guys know, the AAA has launched, or it's been in the works of launching Gig in Northern California for at least the last year and a half or two. So now they've launched in Sacramento. There is a video on the hub in regards to this, if you guys are interested on watching it. And so that's pretty exciting. We're doing big things as AAA and putting our name out there. Another thing is keeping teen drivers safe this summer. I'm not sure if you knew this, but between Memorial Day and Labor Day, sadly, teen deaths spike just because of unsafe driving habits. Obviously, you know, teenagers want to have fun, and sometimes they don't measure the dangers of the road. So AAA very involved in that. We do have a website here, teendriving.aaa.com. If you guys, some of you guys have teen drivers in your home,
friends, family, anybody, any new drivers. I did log on. There is some beneficial information on there, so it's just another resource we're providing to you.
Yes, and guys, please just bring it up at home or with your friends, and that would be very awesome. You know, to save a life. Next, we have obviously we're doing the leadership dimensions. Today we're going to talk about ability to execute, and Justin will be able to explain that.
I mean, I think the ability to execute for me, and one of the things that I'm gonna change for you guys is just communicating a lot of the whys. We're making a lot of changes, right? We're executing on a lot of different levels, but I think sometimes the communication falters a little bit. Maybe I don't do a good enough job explaining, hey, this is why we're making this change. So, prime example, right, with the movie ticket change. Our ability to execute as a business needs to change, and we need to be able to inventory that item. But I want you to understand the why behind that. It's not just because I want something else to do. There's a legitimate reason behind it. So our ability to execute, to me, comes down a lot of times to communication.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just to better everyone and to keep everyone accountable and to have clarity between each one of us.
Yeah, clarity. That's a good word.
Alrighty. So lastly, we do have a referral program for new employees. As you guys know, there is a list of new openings. Mostly they're in California, but there is one I see here for Scottsdale. It's an outside sales insurance agent. So if you know anybody who's looking for a job and
maybe has some sales experience, that could be a good fit. Join the AAA family. So
exactly, and I think you guys get a little kickback too. I don't know if that's a good word to use, but you guys get a referral